Hello friends, Lisa here, Thermomix Adventures, and I am in the garden today, and I thought I'd come down and pick capsicums with you, and then we're going to head up to the house and process them. So let's check out the garden this morning on this beautiful spring morning. You are going into your cooler months overseas, but yeah, the garden is looking really quite warm. We've had to put on the sprinklers multiple times and do some extra watering just because these strawberries are not enjoying the heat. And on that note, I'm going to have to pick the last of the brassicas soon. These are about to get harvested, all the onions, and dried out. Don't want to get them wet. We're expecting some rain and storms the next few days, so I am going to get them out before, of course, the chicken decides to cluck before the rain gets here. Otherwise it's just going to be messy. I wonder if this one's been forgotten. That one, oh no, it's got a hole. We'll give that to the chickens later. Some of these have been forgotten lately. It's been a bit busy. We've been working out the front on a new deck, and new deck, replacing the deck parts, and so it's been a bit busy. This is my very disappointing brassica. I have no idea. I think it was supposed to be broccolini, but to me that does not look like broccolini. I am excited though over here. I have zucchinis on. We have struggled some years to get zucchinis. So to have some zucchinis on, I am stoked about. So just gonna grab my scissors and cut these off. Take them up with us today, but we are not here for zucchinis, but I will take them up because we enjoy zucchinis. We grow the yellow ones because the bugs don't seem to realize that they're ready. So look at that. I'll leave that one with the flower still. We can have another day or two. And some beautiful big ones over here as well. Okay. Look at that size one. Happy with that. And this one down here. Okay, let's head over to the capsicums. That's the plan. They're over here. In the other end of this brassica garden, it's doing terribly. So we're going to go back up to the kitchen and cook these up. I have a couple more out the front yard. I'll go out there later. I won't take you on that journey out there. But yeah, just getting these gorgeous little capsicums. They're not hot, they're literally capsicums. There'll be no spice to them. And yeah, we're going to cook them off, put them away so that when it's not capsicum season, we have them available. So I would encourage you to check out the video. If you can never get your hands on a box of capsicums cheap from your local fruit shop, then you know how to kind of put them away and not have to spend a fortune later on down the track when you're contemplating making something that has capsicums in it. You can pull out your own capsicums from the fridge for a later date. So I'll keep going. There's a few more to go, but I will see you inside in the kitchen shortly. See you then. Hello friends, welcome to Thermomix Adventures. It is Lisa here, and we've been out in the garden. If you want to see a little snippet of my garden, check out this on YouTube this evening, because I'm going to put that at the beginning, where I go and harvest a whole lot of capsicum. So it is that time of year here in Queensland where we're bringing in an abundance of things from our veggie patch, thanks to my boys who generally love and tenderly care for that. But at this time of year, I like to put away stuff for when we can't grow it. So when it's way too hot in summer, or when it's winter and it's not the right season for growing things like this, I like to be able to put it away. So you saw me last week do snow peas and putting them away for another season. It's so good to be able to pull them out. I do regret not having enough broccoli growing through winter for putting it away. But today I'm going to show you capsicum. So if you ever do, and I know when we used to live in town, we used to be able to go to the fruit shop and buy a big bucket of things, whether that's this time of year coming into summer, it was peaches or nectarines, apples or whatever it was, or veggies. You could go and you could buy these discounted buckets of things. So if you ever get a chance and you've got one of those discount fruit shops that lets you buy the weird and wonderful fruit, but it's in a bucket, and usually it's like ripe and needs to be used, or completely opposite, like it's really underripe and needs to ripen, I would encourage you, do it. You know, you've got a Thermomix, you've got a tool on the bench that can help you put it away for later when you want it at a time that it's not going to be cheap to buy. Hello, Karina. How are you? I hope it's nice where you are this morning. So today I'm going to teach you how to do this with a TM7. However, I'll also give you the hints and tips to be able to do a similar thing with your TM31, TM5 or TM6. Now the TM7 has a really cool mode on it called browning. It was one of the most excited things for me. Didn't make sense, did it? It was one of the things I anticipated the most. I was so excited to get this browning mode, and I have loved it for things like burning butter and putting things into burnt butter. I've really enjoyed it for things like reducing gravy down and then making sauce. We don't do Gravox, one day I'll take a photo of my trolley, because it's a very different trolley, I think, to maybe not you guys watching, because you guys are like me. You shop like me, you kind of do a lot of things similar, but it's one of those things that, you don't buy Gravox, you got a Thermomix, you make it with the gravy juice, right? So let's talk about browning mode. On a TM6, you're restricted to your high heat recipes. Now you can do a capsicum high heat recipe. Now I have put one on today, but I'm not going to use it. So let me just go to my week. And then once my internet catches up, it does have a bit of a hard time when I'm also streaming at the same time, and potentially hubby is working as well. You can see my kids are planned already for this week. They have been busy, but coming down, wow, they're going to be really busy apparently. Here we go, sauteed capsicums. Now this one is good, but it's only going to let you do 200 grams at a go, okay? And I've got, I think, more than 200 grams. All right, so what I would say for those of you who have more than 200 and you don't want to do multiple batches over and over again, there is a 400 gram browning onion recipe. So those of you with a TM6, go find your TM6 browning onions, 400 grams, and use that instead. Okay, it just cooks longer so that you don't have to do it in multi-batches. I am going to, and I don't know how much I've cut up today, but check out that video at the beginning on YouTube tonight of my veggie patch. But I'm going to use the browning mode. So I'm actually going to come into my little blades on the left. I'm going to bring up all my modes and I'm going to go browning. Actually, it was probably at the top. Now we've got two styles of browning. We've got gentle and we've got intense. Now, if we go to our tips on the top corner, it tells us some information which is really worth having a read over. And it says gentle is similar to using a low medium flame on a gas hob. It browns more slowly, even though the mixing bowl temperature reaches the same temperature as intense. And you can read what it does. You can read what intense is. It's like using a high flame to sear off. And then it tells you here as well that it works best if our oil amount stays between 10 and 50 grams, and only use it if you're using a larger amount of ingredients and you increase that up. It does tell you, very importantly, that you need to meet 100 grams worth of food in there. So you can't, and I had a conversation with a beautiful customer over the weekend about searing off spices. And I said there is a really good chance that the spices in this recipe you wanted to duplicate won't actually meet the minimum requirements to use the high heat. And if that's the case, you've got to use 120 degrees. But that 100 grams is important. It's so that you don't burn the bottom of your bowl pretty much. So I think I've got over 100 grams. I think I've got more than 200 grams, but I also think I've probably got closer to what I think the max is. Now, it doesn't actually say here what the max is, but from my experience with the TM6, and this has it is the same base, it is the same browning mechanism as the TM6. The maximum I want to put in here is 400 grams. So as I said earlier, there's a 400 gram onion recipe, which means 400 grams is fine. But I do suspect with the area of our base, if I go more than 400, you're going to get it not cooked as well. You're going to get more of like a slush because it's not getting enough contact with the bottom of the bowl. So it is something to consider, which is why I share this with you. I want you to understand the thinking behind it. So it's not just do what Lisa says. It's actually Lisa's doing this because, and that means when you are sauteing something, you know how much you can do as well. Now it is worth experimenting. If I have 450, I'll probably still go with that. If I have 600, I probably won't. I'll go, no, you know what? Let's do 400, then let's do 200. Does that make sense? Because I don't want slush. I want to be able to put this away either in oil or in vacuum seal bags. Now, I'm supposed to be getting the new vacuum seal jars any day soon from the mix shop. So we earned them last month and I'd love to put this in oil and just put it in the fridge. Okay. However, they haven't arrived. So I think I'll be vacuum sealing them in just standard vacuum cryovac bags. Okay. So anyway, let's have a look at this. Let's go. And it does have prep tips there as well. All right. We're going to close the tips. We're going to bring up the scales. Let's see how much we've got to work with. Let's see. And all I've done is I have cut these up, got rid of the centers, cut them into strips that I thought my family would enjoy, sizing wise. So that's 282. So what did everyone make on the weekend? As you're watching on, tell me what you made over the weekend, if it was anything. Well, tell me anyway. I don't care if it's exciting or not. I love to hear what people are making in their Thermomix. I love to know you're getting the most out of your Thermomix. Just got to pick up the piece I dropped on the floor. And of course, remember to share these videos. If you have someone in your life with a Thermomix, regardless of what model, share this. They need to know how easy it is to do things like this. Let's not waste our food in our fridge. How often, I'm hoping you don't, but how often does fruit go off or food go off in our fridge? Fruit and veggie particularly, right? With the Thermomix, it doesn't need to, because we can set and forget. We can put it on, let it cook, get distracted, come back later, put it in a bag, vacuum the air out of it, and it's there for another day. Remember to write on it what it is. I am terrible at finding something in the freezer later and being like, what is this sauce? Okay, so do put titles on things. Don't be like me. So that's 403. Oh, Hermione, you've made lemon butter. Oh my goodness. That's a bit yummy. So now I need some oil, right? It's at about 10 grams of oil. This is just olive oil. I do have a little bit left back here, that, as I said, batch 2, okay? So that was probably, I don't know, 30 grams. Now I am going to do a gentle. I don't want this. So when you think of intense, think of seared, all right? So think of beef strips or chicken strips and literally like, I don't want that. I actually want this softened but caramelized on the outside. Like I want that beautiful browning caramelly yumminess. So I'm going to put it on gentle. Now, to see what 10 minutes on gentle looks like, you are going to have to come back on YouTube tonight, because you do not want to hear me talk for 10 minutes, okay? I don't want to hear me talk for 10 minutes. So come on YouTube and check that out. If you have a TM31 or a TM5, I've told TM6 owners how to do this. If you have a TM31 or a TM5, you need to be using your 120 degrees. You need to put it on slow stir reverse, so it is going really nice and slow. You don't want to chop anything up. And you will probably need to double the time. That generally is the rule of thumb if you are cooking off using a TM31 or a TM5. I would also suggest you drain yours at the end, okay? And I would say do 200 grams at a lot, just because by the time you're getting 400, you don't want it boiled. Like that's the problem at the lower temperature. You are not getting such a sealed edge on the outer of your food that it then contains its nutrients and stuff. It kind of more boils off. So I would say less food. Okay, so at 200 grams max, 120 degrees, reverse, slow stir, and put it on 15 minutes and see what it looks like at 15. You probably will need 5 more minutes, but have a look and see. The only way you're going to know is to actually give it a go. And obviously things like the size of your strips are going to change how long that cooks for. All right, so I'm going to press play, close that down, press the play. It's heating up. It'll do its little thing. And it's just going to cook away. So I'm going to see you guys on YouTube like that. If I can help you get a TM7 on the bench and you live in Australia, reach out. We are currently at the shortest wait time on a TM7 we've had. So at the moment, those buying now are going to get them dispatched the final week of October. Okay, so if you have someone in your circle who has thought about a Thermomix, maybe they've seen a demo, maybe they're curious about yours, maybe it's a colleague at work or a friend or something like that, reach out and be like, hey, do you want one for Christmas? Because now is the time. And I've got a consultant who can help you, okay? Send them my way. I'd be absolutely honored to help them get one on the bench. There is still a $100 mix shop referral available for you as well. So long as I know that they've come from you, I can't do it if I don't know. So make sure they say, oh my goodness, my friend so-and-so sent me. But I'm happy to help them get one on the bench. And if you want a discounted one, we have Earn 4 on still. So if you live in Australia, that is only on for another 17 days in the month it ends. So it's a really great way to get one discounted, especially if you have people around you who are thinking about a Thermomix. So rather than get your $100 referral, join up and get a $650 discount off your Thermomix. It's a really great way to go with that first sale. So, all right guys, that's it from me today. Have a fantastic day. I hope you have a great one. I will be back for another video soon, tomorrow, but check out the rest of this on YouTube. Take care and I'll see you then. Bye for now. Okay, welcome back. It is just sung at me to say it is done. So we're going to grab our spatula out and have a look and see whether it's done. Ooh, that looks beautiful. However, oh no, it's not terrible. I feel like, no, they're okay. They're fine. I was going to say, I feel like they're a bit hard still. Have a look. But no, I think they're actually okay. Let's have a look. So they smell amazing. This kitchen just smells divine. So I'm just going to transfer them to a bowl. They need to be cold before, well, room temperature, but I'm going to put them in the fridge before I package them up. I do need to cook off this other bit up the back here. And I can see there as well, guys, when I looked in, I was like, oh, has it all cooked? And that's why you don't want to go over 400 grams, okay? So I have up the back here a little bit more. Let's see how much I've got. It is important to know your weight when you're doing these hot cooks. So 160, we won't take a whole 10 minutes then this time, will we? So with that in mind, let's put some more this in. And I reckon we'll be looking at 7 minutes. So generally when you've got a half of a batch, you're doing a 3/4 time. Okay, so just generally speaking, I'm going to press play and I will get these out in 7 minutes. I'll put them in the container with these ones. I'm going to let them cool. I will put them in the fridge because I'll come back after lunch and I've got some errands to run and I'm going to vacuum seal them and show you just how to do that. And yeah, show you how to put them away, and then I'll put them in, probably just, they'll be fairly flat. I'll flat pack them in the freezer. They'll be there for next, whenever we need them, whenever we want some on pizza, or I want to make a dip with them, whatever that might be, they will be there. So how cool is that? Our Thermomix makes it really easy. I cannot imagine doing this without a Thermomix. Like on a stovetop, I would be burning these to smithereens, trying to get too much done in a little bit of time. So otherwise, I'll see you when we're ready to vacuum seal them so I can show you how we finish it off. So I shall see you then. Okay, welcome back. We are ready to store these up. So it's been a few hours. They've been in the fridge. They got cool. And what I've actually done is I've taken one of these awesome bags from the mix shop. If you're unfamiliar with cryovacuuming or vacuum sealing, you do need a cryovac machine. This is a Sunbeam Food Saver. I've had it for like 15 years. And I use the bags from the mix shop. You can buy rolls of this stuff online and make your own bags, but that 30 of these size does me really well. When I freeze my eggs and stuff, I can put 12 in here, suck it down, and then actually I recycle them a fair bit as well. I'll cut the top off and reuse them. But what I've done here today is I've actually cut this in half and made half-size bags and actually sealed the bottom so that I can actually have 2 half-size, because I don't really want a massive amount. Like we'll probably use that much on a pizza night. I don't want to put it all in one go. And I've still actually I've got 2 bags like that, and I've still got a serve left. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to split it aside a little bit. I like to flat pack mine so that they don't take up too much space in the freezer. And we're just going to put it in here. This is going to suck the air out and cook it. And as I said, no affiliation to this product. Just so you can see there, I just sucked it all out flat. So now I can literally freeze that. And when we want to use it 6 months time down the track, I can put it in a sink of hot water and that will come back out absolutely beautiful and stunning. So I'm going to do that with the other one, make another half-size bag for this. But that is how you can put this away for when you want it later, especially if you can get it cheap. If you can get a big bucket of these, from your local fruit shop for an inexpensive price, and you can cook it down hands-free and then flat pack it and put it away for when it's expensive. How good is that? That's what I love using my Thermomix for. So hope this has inspired you. If you need any questions answered, reach out. I'd love to hear from you. But otherwise, that's how we do it around here. So share this video with friends and family who need to see how easy it is to do things like this and save themselves some money by putting things away when there's leftovers. But otherwise, take care, and I'll see you in the next video soon. Bye for now.